know people that drink on most weekends?
No, I don't.
No, I don't have any friends that drink.
Yes. I know a couple of my friends who do drink on the weekends.
Yeah, I do. It kind of bothers me.
Yes. Just like friends?
A couple of my friends do.
A lot of my friends drink on the weekends with their older brothers and like with their friends and stuff like that.
Probably like teenagers and stuff. They just do it for fun at parties and stuff.
At parties, I know some people who drink, but like not like that bad.
Yes, I do know a lot of people that drink most weekends.
Oh yeah, a lot of people, all my friends and stuff.
My friends drink all the time, and a lot of people that I go to college with drink.
Yes, I do know people that drink most weekends. As a matter of fact, I do.
A lot of people I know drink almost every weekend, even during the week.
I know people who drink every day.
We all know the dangers associated with the abuse of alcohol.
It breaks down inhibitions, making it easier to act in ways in which we would not otherwise.
Perhaps drunk driving or getting in a car with a drunk driver.
Putting oneself in a sexual situation which can lead to pregnancy, rape, or a sexually transmitted disease.
And other less dangerous but embarrassing situations likely to ruin a reputation by being posted on the web or passed around on camera phones.
If that weren't enough, many families have a history of alcoholism.
A disease 5 times more likely to occur in teens who drink regularly by age 15 than in those young adults who do not drink until 21.
With all of the illegality, risk, and bodily harm of underage drinking, why is it that more and more teens can't seem to have a good time without it?
The lure of drinking. That's what we'll be talking about today. Hi everyone, I'm Jess.
And I'm Kenny.
And this is RealfaithTV.
Our spotlight guest today is a former host of RFTV, Dylan.
He'll share his experiences of staying away from alcohol during his high school years when everyone else was doing it.
We'll talk with him in a few minutes as well as meet our studio guest.
But first, let's go back to the teens on the street where we asked them, do you think it's easy for teenagers to obtain alcohol?
Let's hear what they had to say.
Do you think it's easy for teenagers like you to obtain alcohol?
Yes, I do.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really, because of like parents and stuff like that. It's not that easy for us to get alcohol.
I don't think it's easy for me to get alcohol.
I think it's easy for teenagers like me to get alcohol.
Yeah, kind of. It's not that hard.
Most likely, yeah, because fake IDs and the connections, all that stuff.
Fake IDs? I don't know. I guess it depends on who you know. It probably is if you ask somebody who's older.
Have a friend that's 21 or older brother or sister or something.
Usually people who have older brothers or sisters, they are able to get alcohol, or if they have friends that are older or places that will sell underage, they can get alcohol easily.
It's very easy to get alcohol.
Like if you're going to like a club or like a party or something, there's usually like drinks and stuff.
I know, I definitely agree with one of the teens on the street. I think lately, bars don't card or ID people as frequently, and I feel like there are almost always instances where people can get alcohol. Like if they're really hard set on getting on it, then they're gonna figure out how to get it.
Let's see what our studio guests have to say.
Okay, they are Matt, Bill, Charlotte, Tiffany, Ijama, Kayla, and Mary.
How common is drinking among us and like your guys' friends?
And is it easy for us to obtain alcohol?
I think it's very easy for us to obtain alcohol, especially these days when like a lot of us look a lot older than we really are. So it's very easy to actually, like the other day I was at a staff party and like there was like, because there's older people who work there, they had like an open keg and stuff, and like all the bosses were coming up to me like, why aren't you drinking? I'm like, because I'm not old enough. They're like, yeah, you are. And I'm like, no. So it's like very easy to actually just even trick people into giving it to you.
Yeah, I think my friends really don't drink that much. I don't drink either. But as far as obtaining alcohol, my best friend just turned 18 and he looks like he's 21. When he was 17, he looked like he was 21. He's got the facial hair going and everything. But you know, if he's like, you know, if I really wanted to buy alcohol, I could just go up and buy it. Like nobody would card me. Nobody would think I'm 17 or 18.
I'm a junior college, so almost everyone drinks, and you know, it's pretty much commonplace in college, but there are some people who don't drink there.
Yeah, and even if you're not drinking at a party, I mean, it's really easy to get alcohol out of like a liquor cabinet that parents have, so I think it's very common for teenagers to drink.
I think underage drinking is definitely more common than it used to be, but I know a lot of people who have surprised me. Like, I'll go to parties and be like, oh, I'm not into that. And other people will too. Like, you always kind of think that you're going to stand out, but it's been a blessing for me to have a lot of friends who don't give into that kind of stuff. So I don't think it's it's as common as everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, it's really good to surround yourself with people who don't drink. That way you have that support.
Despite the raised drinking age in the United States, it seems like the trend of teenage drinking is on the rise.
Let's meet our spotlight guest, Dylan, where he discusses how teenage drinking is commonplace.
And how some of his peers can't seem to have a good time without the presence of alcohol.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Most of the people that I know drink, most of my peers. I know people from both ends of the spectrum. There are people who are even more than every weekend, like before school, after school, hanging out, can't have a good time without alcohol. I do have other friends who just do it once in a while, maybe not even every weekend, maybe just once a month, twice a month. I wouldn't say that pre-gaming is popular among my friends. Most of my friends aren't heavy enough drinkers that they feel a need to do it, but it's definitely something that happens in my school. The kids who drink the most usually tend to do it. That's one of the things that really turns me off from drinking, because it's just the epitome of not being able to have a good time without alcohol. If you feel you have to drink before you even go out. Getting alcohol doesn't seem to be any problem. When I hang out with people, a lot of times there's the big question early in the night is, how are we gonna get stuff? They just call it stuff. Usually they find a way. There's older brothers and sisters. Some parents will buy alcohol for their kids and their kids' friends, and I guess then they feel like they have more control over the situation, and if they get it for them and they let them do it at their house, they know where they are, and they think that's better than if they were to just let them go out on their own and find their own means. But usually, by hook or by crook, they find some way to get alcohol. When you're growing up, you look at older kids and you think, oh, they're older, they can drink, and then all of a sudden it just hits you, everyone your age is doing it too, and that makes it a little harder. And I think that's how gradually more kids my age start falling into it, and then it just becomes the norm.
I know before Dylan mentioned pre-gaming, which kind of refers to drinking and getting drunk before going to like a big event. And somebody I know, she drank before her senior prom, and she thought that she couldn't have a good time without being drunk at her prom, and she wanted everybody else to do it, and you know, we ended up not doing it, and she didn't even remember the night, which really stinks because that's a big night when you're a high school senior. Yeah. Peer pressure has always been an issue for teens who may not realize they can make better choices on their own.
Disturbingly, many of us who would not drink at home are likely to try alcohol with a friend.
Also, in a study by the American Family Association, 1/3 of teenagers admitted to being a passenger in a car with a teenage driver who had been drinking.
Although we're still developing the ability to make problem-solving decisions,
we are capable of choosing not to drink when faced with that possibility.
Next, Dylan talks to us about how he chooses to say no, even when everyone around him is drinking.
Let's hear him now.